Hey there, everybody. It's JR from eclecticnerz. I want to announce a awesome giveaway. If you guys have been sticking with us, we've been talking a lot about X-Men 97, and we have something to give back. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and this is how it's going to work. If you go to any of our videos, let us know what you thought about it. Click like, subscribe, and share. Tag us on it, and you'll be entered for a chance to win this amazing X-Men 97 poster. Take a look at that, you guys. The whole crew, the whole cast from X-Men. Guys, this is amazing. Please help us out, and we'd love to get this into somebody's hands who is worthy of the mutant cause. Again, I'm JR from eclecticnerz. The rules are you have to subscribe to us, share, and leave a comment on one of our videos. We appreciate it. Out. What's good, everybody? It's your boy JR,
Brian, Isaiah,
and you're watching Nerds at the Watchtower. Thank you for joining us. Today we're going over episode 9, an epic episode 9 that left us with a huge cliffhanger. We'll get to that soon. Before we begin, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and follow us on all social media. Don't forget, right now we have the X-Men 97 poster giveaway, so please check that promotion out and join us. Remember, all you got to do is subscribe, share our video, and tag 3 of your friends who would love that poster. All right, guys, are y'all ready?
Indeed.
The first, want to say like minute, 2 minutes of episode 9 was nothing but silence, right? And all we see is a bunch of things going on. We see the remnants of Magneto, and he's building Asteroid M from the ocean.
Yeah.
Right? In the original series, that was a whole arc, and they destroyed Asteroid M, but now it's back. He rebuilt it. We see where the team is. We have a small clip of Jubilee and Sunspot running away from the Friends of Humanity, FOH, and we see none other than Storm and Forge come to rescue them. So many things that were left from episode 8 are kind of picking up now, and we fast forward to it, guys. Off the bat, what are your opinions of that intro?
I think it was well deserved. It was done really, really well. Because I think if that episode started with like dialogue, it would have felt like out of pace. The pace of it was like right off the episode 8, so they just went straight to work. They were like, all right, cool, let's continue this serious tone. The silence I really liked, because I mean we were all left at the end. We were like, what happens now? And so they just played on it. It was really nice, especially the Magneto part was like, damn, the old Genosha stuff. He said, you know what? I'm just taking it all. I'm going to space. It's crazy. I liked it a lot. Well done.
Yeah, for me, the Storm intro, obviously, super sick, right? You got Sunspot and Jubilee with their backs up against the wall. And then you see the rain, like, wall in front of them, which is kind of sick. And then you see the lightning strike, and then her and Forge just posted up on top of the building. That was sick as hell, dude. I think right now Storm is easily my favorite character in the show because like it's just like every time she's on screen, it's just like crazy.
She has a presence, man.
Yeah, and then also seeing Jubilee confide in Storm afterwards, like, you know, that was just super sick to see because she's so emotional, having gone through something that she went through earlier in her mutant life, right, where she, you know, was getting pressed on by a bunch of people, and that happens again, and Storm is there to save her again, just like she was
episode 1.
Yep, when they first met. Yeah, so it's real cool to see, especially now that she has, you know, her powers back. She has that walk about her again, that, you know, that stature, which is very cool. And Forge was there too.
And Forge was there too. At the beginning of the episode, we also see Professor Xavier wake up in his bed and realize that his house is destroyed.
That's the fun part.
He can't even get around.
He can't even get around his I guess his wheelchair or his floating chair, right?
Got mangled,
destroyed, and he's on the classic, running that V1 horsepower manual man-pulled wheelchair, the classic. Just
with the little blanket over his leg.
Little blanket. Hey, you never know, he might pop off. You
got that blinky on there.
No, but so he's there, and he's just kind of like, man, what's going on? And off the bat, we see Jean say, hey, all right, let's rip the Band-Aid. The world is about to end in 12 hours, right? At the end of episode 8, Magneto did a huge EMP not just on electronics around the world, but on the world itself. He completely shifted the magnetic pole. So once daylight goes out, it's the end of the world, which kind of gives you this time crunch as to what's going to happen in this episode, right?
Yeah.
The discussion with Professor X and Cyclops pretty much comes down like this. What did you think was going to happen when you put Magneto in charge, right? To which Xavier tells him, well, I wanted y'all to leave the team. You guys are having a kid. I understand the severity of that and the world that we live in. You're not going to have a normal life raising a baby in this household, which is something that we all touched base earlier in our episodes.
And Jean said that too.
Yep.
Jean was afraid of that. Jean at one point with Storm in a conversation, she said, I kind of want this baby to be human and not be a mutant so that it doesn't live in such a cruel, twisted world. That conversation goes down, and you could tell like Xavier feels like crap and really is upset as to what happened, but you see more of that side of Cyclops that says, what did you expect? No matter what we did, no matter where we went, we would come back here because it's instilled in us to be X-Men, to protect not just mutants but humans in general. And what I thought was really cool and cold was when Xavier extended his hand to Scott and Scott just walks out from the back of the giant hole in the wall and just kind of kicks dirt and stuff.
I think two things on the stuff that you just talked about. First thing, Magneto, bad plan. Really dumb plan. If everybody on Earth dies, so do the mutants. Bad plan. Secondly, for Xavier, to be fair, it was working. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
So like,
it was the humans that ruined everything.
Yeah,
Damn
we can't.
humans.
Not even. It was Bastion, really.
Sinister
like,
and Bastion.
Yeah, like I mean, because the whole thing was orchestrated by Bastion. So
I
it's
think Bastion has an identity crisis. He's like, I'm a Sentinel, but I want to be human.
Yeah.
That's a whole different cover. The man is pink.
Yeah. You ain't like them. Okay?
you want to be like them, but you're not.
They made you such that you can be
not them.
Not them.
And that's a whole paradox in itself.
But yeah, like to Xavier's credit, it was work. If Bastion doesn't show up, the plan works. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He's off in fucking the middle of space, fucking the Empress.
Shi'ar Bird Queen, as stated by Magneto.
Right? And then Magneto is running Genosha. Everything kind of cool. If Bastion don't come back, so we can't really be upset at Xavier because his plan worked. Yeah, or was working at least, right?
For like what? A day?
A week? I mean, yeah, but
like
at the
no,
same
a
time,
month. Technically, a month. If you think about it, it was a month
because between the
Madeline stuff.
Yeah.
So they had a 30-day trial apiece.
Exactly, right?
Ooh.
And to be fair, if Bastion doesn't show up, that works perfectly fine. So I'm not really even mad at Xavier like that because the plan was working and he not in the wrong. It is kind of cool to see though, because a lot of people do have this like a distaste for the way that he brings up kids and puts them in a war, right? Like Scott talks about that during this conversation. He's like, you essentially knew us from when we were kids and you thrust us into this war. Like, I can't go back. All I know is this now, right?
The
so
streets.
For real. So it's cool to see him come to terms with the fact that he did that to these kids and he was trying to find them out, right? But at the same time, it's like, bro, we too deep in it now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be doing this for my whole life, which is cool, but also sucks, it's terrible, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, you did kind of do that to him, like, so it's like a double-edged sword of,
Help me.
Right.
What do you want me to do?
Right.
He was, I wanted you to leave with your lady and live a life. He's like, I can't. The streets call me back.
Yeah, as soon as he get there and he try to live a peaceful life, he gonna watch some news of some mutant dying and he gonna be like, fuck it, take the fucking glasses off, I'm going back out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And then that kind of takes us to the next scene where they're having a conversation as to what to do.
Yeah.
Right? They understand, they understand the fact that, okay, we got 12 hours. The countdown is serious. Forge and Beast work on a dampener or an inhibitor, kind of like the collars they use on them.
But for Bastion.
Prior to that, in the meeting was really cool, man, because it was Cyclops taking the lead, taking charge.
Yeah.
you know, what we're gonna do this with this plan. Blue team, gold team. We're gonna separate like this. And then Xavier comes in and drops some info. He's like, hey, you know, he was gonna be Bastion was gonna be a founding member, but his mom closed the door on my face the moment I said mutants. I picked up on Cerebro that he showed up, so I thought he was a human. That tells us how.
Mutant.
What?
He thought he was a mutant.
Yeah, he thought he was a mutant because of Cerebro, but the fact that Cerebro picked him up and he's not a mutant, to me tells me he can really be undercover on a lot of things.
Right.
Like he's under the radar. He's being misread as far as Cerebro. And Cerebro is a next level machine.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. From there, we get a powerful moment from the team as a whole, and you could tell that the mood of the room is like, yo, this could be our last fight. We gotta plan. Xavier's like, have we found a way to neutralize his powers? And then kind of that's when he revealed, hey, he's a technopath, which essentially is telepathy with machines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything machines he can manipulate, he can control it, whatever. And that's where the planning starts. Jubilee is kind of mad, and then there was a little minor discussion with Sunspot, and he's like, well, Magneto is also the other threat, and you kind of just threw that out there. How do we want to handle him? So now they have two issues, right? Not just Bastion, but they need to approach this from two fronts. On one point, they need to get Magneto to fix the Earth's magnetic pull. On the other side, we need to stop Bastion from messing up the world in general with these Sentinels.
Yeah.
Right?
So we have to cut off his connection to the rest of the Sentinels.
Mm-hmm. If they turn on the power too soon, Bastion gets full electronic control. If they take him out first, Magneto is still the main threat.
Yeah.
So how is this gonna happen? We find out later in this episode. But before that, we see Storm in all her Storm glory kind of bring the team together.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, regardless of what's happening, we are a family. Like this, we are all we have, man. And I'm paraphrasing, of course. She didn't say man, but she's just so much more poetic. And that was kind of like a nice wholesome moment. Another reason why I say Storm would be a great leader in case the team breaks up and Xavier's out. Just saying. But I think the coolest scene came after that.
Oh yeah.
Brian, tell us what happens.
So after that, they're interrupted by one of the main villains at the time, or they were just talking about. Magneto comes down with Genosha from the sky, which is probably one of the coolest scenes for this episode. He looks like a god when it came down.
He is.
And Xavier was pretty much waiting for it. And the conversation him and Magnus had is so poetic, because he came down with just a show in his face, like, what now? Didn't I tell you? This is how these humans gonna treat us. This is I tried it your way, didn't work. So now we're doing it my way. And just them going back and forth trying to plead. He's like, bro, chill.
Again, though, like, it wasn't the humans. It was that shit. Like, you know
But they're under
Bro.
they're misled to think that it is the humans.
Yeah, but either way, like, Magneto's so pissed.
He's over it.
Bro, thousands of mutants were killed. You know what I'm saying? So
The way that he described Leech, man.
yeah.
Like this whole up to now, we were wondering like what really went down, and he lets us know in depth the process that went down when he was holding Leech in his arms, and the stare in his eyes, and what happened to him, and we were like, dang, man, like
what was evaporated, bro?
vaporized, dude,
In front of him.
and you could tell he felt heartbroken because he gave him hope. You know,
Yep. Using Xavier's way.
Using Xavier, he lost hope, and the fact that he was so vulnerable and couldn't save everyone that he wanted, his own people, it's to him, it's obvious. It's like trauma done twice again, because he's a survivor of the Holocaust. To see your people be taken out like that, and then again, dude, that's wild.
So I understand his rage, and so they go back and forth for a little while, and then he finally offers the whole X-Men. We calls them my X-Men too for one last time, and he's like, "Who wants to join?" And we called it once again. Well, at least I stood firm on it. Sunspot and Rogue decide to go and join Magneto. Rogue, because she was already gonna play that role in Genosha, so she's like, you know what? I gotta do it for the people.
I lost my man.
Right? I get it. And then Sunspot, I get why, because he feel betrayed by his mom.
Called it, bro.
Yeah, we called it from last episode. Watch it. And then they're pretty much Xavier says nothing. He's taking it on the chin. His lecture from Magneto, because he's right. He's like, I have no rebuttal. We're just trying to sympathize.
Now, where were you, man? Like, I tried it. It is what it is. Like, either we draw the line here, and now we're making choices. Now we're choosing sides. And the thing about it is, Magneto's like, hey, we're just gonna live up there, bro. We're gonna rebuild our own world on this asteroid that I created. Like, we don't have to be here on Earth anymore. You just come with me, live over here. It could be like Genosha, but for only mutants. Just join me. He's like, I'm not even trying to mess with the Earth anymore. It's gonna be dead. It's gonna be done in 12 hours. We're starting over with our people. Screw them.
Kind of crazy.
That's wild to me.
Yeah, but that was the end of that little scene and lecture. It was crazy. It was so great.
And then we get into Team Blue and Team Gold. That breakdown was really cool because we have the return of the classic giant size X-Men outfits. We get Wolverine in his brown and yellow. We get Jean Grey back in her Marvel Girl yellow and green. We get the super suit, Cyclops with no hair exposed, pure scuba Steve look. Of course, we have Beast and his chones. No worries there.
We get Cable too.
Cable, yeah, that interaction was pretty cool. We finally see Cyclops hand Cable his like an older outfit of the X-Men, which is remnant to the one that we see in like Marvel vs. Capcom. It was an early 90s outfit, because the one he has on the entire series up to now is like his solo run in the comics. So now to see him in that yellow and blue was really cool. Easter eggs, we see the Wolverine motorcycle. We see the old, pretty much all the toys from the 90s and the 2000s are in this scene, and it's really cool to see them in the universe now.
It goes back to like episode 8 when they were visiting Bastion's hometown. We see the old school Sentinel toy too.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. I'm gonna keep an eye out for those. It's pretty nice.
Little Easter eggs, and the team pretty much splits. One team goes to handle Magneto, and the other team goes for Bastion. And man, does it go down! It goes down the moment they land on the island for Bastion. Beast is like, he's gonna get what he deserves, pretty much.
For sure.
He's like, oh well, I can't wait to visit this guy. And right when that happens, Bastion already knows that they're on the island, so he activates the Sentinels. Not just one, not just two, but like over 20 Sentinels are on their way.
Oh yeah, it looked like hundreds of them. For
it
sure.
looked hundreds. He just activated everybody, man.
Cause like, so we get the X-wing, or I guess they're in like Quinjets, cause the X-wing is down. But each team has their little Quinjet. They, the Bastion team, which is,
Jean.
Jean, Storm, Morph, Beast, and Nightcrawler.
Yep.
They all pull up, and then
Forge.
Yeah, I said Forge.
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, they all pull up in their Quinjet, and Storm, some of the Sentinels are flying up to the Quinjet before they can touch down to try to get them out of the sky, because that is when the team is its most vulnerable. And so they're flying up there, and Storm's about to jump out the back of the plane. We get a cool little scene with her and Jean talking about their sisterhood, which was super sick. So now that Storm is back, she hop out the plane and get right to the business, bro. She starts, I think she summons like a tornado or something.
Tornadoes.
Multiple tornadoes and some lightning, just to let them know what time it is. And then
her theme music in the show is second to none, bro.
Yeah.
I think she got the best one.
That's what's up. Yeah. It did hit a little different when she jumped out that plane. And then we get Jean. We get Jean, Nightcrawler, and Beast teleported down to the ground just so
Nightcrawler is on blue team, bro. Yeah.
Or it's Morph. I'm
Morph.
tripping. Yeah.
Or maybe he turned into Nightcrawler.
No.
first, I don't know.
No. It was Morph. But yeah, so Jean gets Beast and Morph down to the ground, and then Forge stays in the plane to shoot down some Sentinels with Storm up in the air. As soon as Jean touches down, she gets contacted by Sinister, who kind of like draws her away from everybody else. And he's kind of hinting at dropping some knowledge on her and Madeline Pryor's like mental connection and stuff like that.
The switcheroo.
And like where Madeline starts and Jean stops and what the whole thing is. So that kind of draws Jean out of the play because she's kind of preoccupied.
This whole fight scene was awesome.
Yeah, it was
dude.
insane. Yeah, I just like seeing Storm up there. You know what I'm saying, going crazy. We had cool morph transition of the day. Turns into the Hulk, which is super sick.
That's the only thing we've been wrong about.
Yeah. Well, we asked about it last episode.
No, we thought it was only mutants. Apparently, he can do more than just mutants. He did a whole Hulk.
He turned to Hulk, which also justifies the Avengers are in this universe for sure.
I mean, we saw Spider-Man and all that already. So yeah, of course.
But in the
we
last
don't know-
episode, we didn't know. Okay, does Morph's powers just mimic mutants or anyone like Mystique as far as like shape shifting? Because she can shapeshift, but she doesn't necessarily have their powers. But the Hulk, again, Hulk being Hulk, he's technically not a mutant, but his cells did mutate through the gamma radiation. Does that count? We don't know.
Well, he was Juggernaut, and Juggernaut's human.
No, he's a mutant.
He's a mutant.
No, he was a human and got the gem.
No, that gave him more power, but naturally he's still a mutant. He's super strong naturally.
Oh.
Yeah. Nerd.
Back to this episode. So we had that awesome fight. One of the cool things that I saw with Beast is when they're fighting the Sentinels, they chop off one of their arms and he gets the cable. He's like, what does a hand sound like when
one
it
hand
slaps?
sound like when it claps.
All I thought about was that Dave Chappelle with
Rick James.
Rick James. What does the five
What
fingers
the five
say
fingers
to
say to the
it?
face?
Bow. If they would have had like bam, like old cartoon, comic book, little action words, it would have said unity. That would have been funny.
Yeah.
That Sentinel falls down. Quick little Easter egg. You see the Mayo's diner, which is Bo DeMayo, the writer. That was pretty cool. The fight between Jean and Sinister was amazing, dude.
It was a good back and forth.
It was a good back and forth, and again, this is her still holding back. They end up inside like a bowling alley. She starts using the bowling balls to take that dude out. But let's not get it twisted. Sinister is extremely strong. He's an extremely formidable villain for the X-Men. He's done it for years. Soloed a lot of them. I like his transitions. It looked like shadow jutsu, bro. He falls into the shadows and it would just come back up.
Like a symbiote.
It did look kind of like a symbiote, man.
He like would turn into like black liquid and just
like Blackheart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Or Ink from Batman Beyond too.
Ooh, great series. But yeah, so that whole scene was really cool, man. And I feel that what led us to this point, right, all these episodes to this fight, and we still are not done. Right?
It was really compact. Yeah, it felt like this episode felt like way longer than the other episodes.
It also felt like
more action.
We were talking about last episode about how we wanted like a whole episode that was just the fights, and this felt like that one.
It was damn near close for sure.
Yeah. There was dialogue, but it was like, all right, we fight.
Especially when we check in on the other team, because as soon as they touched down, we was about to hands. They walked in.
They did not care, bro.
Magneto is sitting in his goon chair with his little helmet on.
The Sentinel hand,
bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't a hand. It was the 3-headed mega Giga Master Mold, the Giga Master Mold, bro. It was the 3-headed one. He used that as his throne.
Yeah, it was it.
Oh,
and then
what a painful reminder.
Yeah, for sure. And sitting on it too is so
to let it be known we are in charge, bro.
And then we pull up with that team, which is Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Cyclops, and Professor X and Jubilee.
Yep.
And essentially, like one sentence was said. They pulled up into the little. Into the hangar, or at least it looks that way, and Sunspot and Rogue go to to the hangar to try to stop the plane from landing and, you know, kind of quell the conflict before it happens. They look in the back of it, ain't nobody in there.
Rogue's line cracked me up, bro. She goes, "Damn it, Elf." That's what she calls Nightcrawler.
Yeah. And then they bamf directly into Magneto's room.
Dude,
we try to get some words going, and
He wasn't having it.
yeah, he wasn't having that shit at all. He was just like, "All right, let's go." And then Wolverine pops out the claws like, "Look, we skipping the talking. Let's go!" Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that fight starts, which is insane. A couple really cool things happen here. Pretty much the entire time, Professor X is trying to talk him down while trying to, you know what I'm saying, like get everybody on the same page.
De-escalated.
And essentially, Magneto looks at him. And he's like, "I finally get to say 2 words to you that I've been wanting to say for a very long time," and it's just "shut up." Like
Shut up.
Yeah,
Bro.
and they hits him with
like a metal strip on his mouth.
Yeah, like uses it like tape to tape his mouth closed.
The interaction between Sunspot and Jubilee was pretty cool too.
Oh yeah, those powers clashing was cool.
Well, the first thing where Sunspot hits her on accident, like harder than he initially tried to, I guess, or
I'm
something.
sorry, Jude.
Yeah, he said I'm sorry, and she got up and they hit him with the 3-piece. He's like, "I said I'm sorry," and then they start shooting their powers at each other, which just visually looked very cool. Yeah.
During that time, we see Cyclops trying to like do his thing and blast around. Mind you, it's just Sunspot, Rogue, and Magneto, but Magneto is single-handedly bodying everybody, man. Yeah. When they first entered, man, let me bring it back. That looked like it was a scene from like the classic 1990s X-Men NES game, dude. Because you just had the whole boss fight team at there, and this is our arena. Let's go and go ham with it. During that time, we see Xavier trying to talk him down. He kind of neutralized the situation, and he gets pissed because he's done, right? Mind you, there's 2 things going on. Blue team and gold team both have their missions. It does not seem like Magneto is gonna budge at all, and Xavier brings up to Cyclops that they have to have faith that the other team is gonna take Bastion down.
Yeah.
And that's where we get a really cool like transfer of Cyclops at a fight right now going on at the same time between Cable and Jean. You want to tell a little bit about that?
Yeah, so first backtrack a little bit. It's the continuation of the Sinister and Jean fight, and so he's continuing egging on that, you know, I know you, I know your genes, I know your weakness, creepy vibes. And then he pretty much tells her like, I still got a trick up my sleeve, and so he corners her further into the island, and then she gets hit by a blast, and it turns out to be Cable, and Cable comes out with the Sinister mark, so he's took control of Cable, and I think there's probably 3 coolest scenes in this episode, and this is probably the second one. Cable tells her, like, under his Sinister controls, like, the whole sidekick power doesn't skip a generation, it just gets better, and hits Jean with the full force of his power, which is crazy because we haven't seen his telekinesis power a lot. You know, him always trying to keep the technovirus at bay, but he still uses it in the comics. But you know what I'm saying, we haven't seen it just yet, and so he hits her. She contacts Cyclops, which that's Blue Team, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Blue Team. Cyclops sees the 2 fight, and it's pretty much Jean saying goodbye, good luck, I hope things work out,
buddy.
She's about to get fucking done, right? Damn. So it cuts off, right? Cyclops was like, yo,
they're not ready.
Gold Team is not ready. They're gonna need a little bit more time.
Well, to be fair, Wolverine had already taken off Magneto's helmet
because Xavier's trying to force Magneto take his mind and do it.
And this brings us to so many other questions,
which he was trying to avoid. But he's like, you know what? If you're taking drastic measures, I'm gonna have to do it too. So they get the helmet off. He does mess up Magneto, but it backfires.
He's trying to,
but you know, Magneto's got that intellectual mind. You know what I'm saying? surprisingly, not surprisingly, beats his power. Gets
Cyclops shoots
Xavier.
Professor X. Yeah,
and
to get him off him.
that to me is the biggest statement this whole episode. Because we're seeing Cyclops disagree with Xavier, right? We saw that earlier in the episode because of everything that's happened. I feel this is where we can start our predictions as far as what's to come, right? If Cyclops continues with this mindset and doesn't agree 100% with Xavier, the fact that he even stopped him and said, hey, the other team needs help, and Xavier was like, no, we need to continue. So who's in charge of the X-Men? That's question number one. Number two, how far is Xavier really willing to go? And a lot of people who read the comics know Xavier, he's not that much of a good person.
No.
He's known and he's loved, but he's done a lot of messed up things.
Manipulative. He's as bad as the Magneto.
He honestly is, but he has the face of like, hey, we're doing it for a greater cause, unity. But in the back, he's done some shady stuff, man. Hence, we have the Phoenix because of him. He suppressed Jean's powers. And this one is exactly that. At this point, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was trying to like lobotomize Magneto or take control of his mind to redo the magnetic pull of the Earth.
Yeah.
Which brings us again to our previous theory. I think this is how we get Onslaught.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that there's a chance, especially after this episode, that we get Onslaught. I think right now, though, I think the season 2 is setting up for separate teams. I think season 2 is going to be maybe Cyclops makes like the X-Force, which, you know what I'm saying? Like,
happened in the comics too.
Yeah, like they kind of splinter off and Cyclops has his own team where we do things by, you know, my letter of the law. And then you have Xavier's team who is, you know, whoever remains. So I would assume like a Storm, Jubilee, and then the next, you know what I'm saying? Like Storm, Jubilee, Morph, and Beast, and a couple characters.
Forge, yeah.
And then we get the next generation come up with them. So some interesting characters that are newer. And then the X-Force is probably Cyclops, Jean,
Wolverine.
Wolverine, and, you know, minus a very particular part of his character. And then, you know, a couple other characters that can fight on that side. So maybe like Rogue, if she comes back to her senses, maybe a Sunspot, because they can be like off the grid a little bit, maybe. I think that's probably the most likely thing to happen now, just because of like the way that there is forming cut through the team. I don't know. I mean, obviously we still have episode 10 to watch, so I don't know what the actual end of the season is going to be, but based on the way that they're setting it up right now, there is a pretty big rift between the team, so I can see them kind of splintering off into two separate ones. I think that's going to be the next
That's
thing.
just the beginning, bro, because we haven't even spoken about the most critical moment.
Continuation, yes.
Continuation of this fight scene, man. Right when that's happening, Cyclops stops Xavier in that opening of, I guess,
rage
of confusion. The man, the Wolverine, stabs Magneto through the back, and
through the ribs too.
Through the ribs.
So I know he punched her in the lung.
Oh, he did something, man. And we just see silence, and we get a close up of all the characters. Like, there's no turning back from this moment now.
Yeah.
He's just stabbed Magneto. Magneto, again, being tough as shit, pushes away Wolverine with his powers.
His claws, dude.
His claws. He retracts him back, pushes him away, shoves him, and he's like, Logan, I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, he said this feud is over.
This feud is over. I'm done dealing with you, bro.
No lie, when I saw it and I heard it, I'm like,
don't do it.
No. I didn't even think about it. I was like, this is not good. He get the bro, not at all. I was like,
This is not a good moment.
Like this.
I'm not having fun anymore.
I'm not having fun anymore. I don't like this. We were just here to talk.
Yeah, especially when Wolverine got pushed back and then his whole body started glowing. I'm like, that's when that hit me.
Yeah.
I was like, no, they're about to do it. And
his eyes started glowing. I'm like,
that's it. And for those of you guys who haven't watched the spoilers, but this is where we get one of the most iconic moments in comics. X-Men 25, Fatal Attractions. Magneto pulls and rips apart all of the adamantium,
off his body,
his
bro.
bones, everything in it. He just rips it apart.
And the best part about that episode is, well, that scene was he did it. Xavier screaming, he was like, "God, for the love of God, don't do it,
don't do
right?" Yeah. And so he does it, right? You see the veins bubble, whatever his skin, and then it's not a moving scene, but it happens, and it's a still. So for like a good few seconds, I just saw like I was looking at details. I was like, "Damn."
You see like where it's coming out of his body and all his veins,
bro.
And
His costume's ripped to shreds. Yeah. That boy's in pain, which I know he'll survive.
It's straight from comic book panels to the screen.
From the cover, dude. That cover.
And that's how we end the episode.
Yeah. I was at work in the break room. I was like, "Oh shit!" Everyone's looking at me. I was like, "Bro, I was hyped when I saw that."
Real quick though, again, Magneto. Bad plan. Now you have no way of getting him off you. Not a good plan.
No, and the fact thing earlier on, there's a meme going around. It's like, blue team, blah, 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 Wolverine, you'll be here. And then Xavier in the meme is like, you do know he controls metal. Are you sure? He's like, then you see Cyclops thinking of him kissing Madeline. He goes, nah, he's on the team. He's like, really, out of all the people, I think we all know like Wolverine is willing to die for a cause.
Well, I think Wolverine. I don't think we could have put Wolverine on the other team because of how much he hates Magneto. Like there was, and you can't really tell him what to do anyway. So you know what I'm saying? Like he was gonna be there regardless. Because in case we need to put Magneto down, like obviously Magneto, the bigger threat of the two. In case we need to put Magneto down, I gotta be there for that. So wasn't no stopping him from.
Not only that, that's the only. I think on the X-Men right now is the only person that's willing to kill. Cause how long he's lived.
I don't know. Nightcrawler put some people down.
That's why.
As opposed to the last episode.
I mean, cool, but now like instinctively like Wolverine.
Right.
Wolverine's like.
I've been in wars, bro.
I was like, you might want to play this whole good cop, don't kill. But for me,
don't tell me what to do.
Like this.
I know war, and some people got to get put down, bro.
Yeah.
That was his line. He was like,
some people like you have to drag it out. Wolverine's like, I'll step over right now. No problem. X-Force. But you know what I'm saying?
I think the line perfect. He told him was like the thing about war is like the bravest are always go first or something like that. Yeah. Well, he was the brave one.
Yeah. I did not age well.
That did not age well. No, but. To finish the conclusion on Bastion's island, we see Morph trying to confuse and play as Sinister into I guess the headquarters, right, of Bastion, and Bastion's like, know your place, mutant. Sinister would never try to crawl back. He's too prideful.
He hit him with the blast. Like, shut up,
bro. You're not gonna fool me.
That was funny.
And then we see Beast trying to like get the collar they built for Bastion and do like a real cool like jungle jump thing. He gets caught, and that's kind of where we left that off. We don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
So both teams as of now are failing in their mission, right? So how does this come all together? Now that we know that Wolverine has his ripped adamantium. If we're going to use the main source, right, we're going to use the comic books, producers, people at Marvel, Disney, listen to us, right? You have the source material. You're doing well with this show.
Well, to be fair, they already made the last episode, so they can't change it now.
No. For big picture, right?
Yeah.
Options that we have now, if you haven't already done it, right? The Bloodlines arc, right? That's going to be huge. In the comics, after Wolverine gets all the adamantium ripped off,
he goes to Japan.
No, he becomes feral. He becomes like wild beast man, and that's when it's revealed to us that the adamantium actually suppressed his savage side.
Oh yeah, because his mutation grows just like with Beast.
Yeah, it's kind of like Sabretooth, which we haven't had a cameo of yet, right? So he becomes feral. He becomes just an animal, right? The adamantium actually kind of suppressed that. Will we get crazy animal Berserker
season 10? Or I mean episode 10?
Probably. Maybe. Who knows? He's gonna take some time for him to recover because that was a serious one. The man can recover from being just in this adamantium skeleton. He could grow back.
I'm pretty sure if we're gonna do it though, episode 10 would be the time. So he's probably gonna get it all ripped out of him. He's gonna be unconscious for like 10 seconds. We're gonna try to talk to Magneto, or whatever. and then you just see him just go at Magneto full power. You know what I'm saying? Going super crazy.
Maybe
He's also
with his
and then-
bones.
He's also faster, more agile.
And
Yeah,
then
because all that weight is off of him.
Yeah, yeah.
it'll probably take Professor X like damn near going into the coma himself to try to put him to sleep.
He
so
can't
they
even use it because he has a helmet on right now.
No, I'm saying to Wolverine, to get Wolverine to calm down.
Yeah, he
Because I'm
can't. He
thinking-
has a helmet on,
Oh right.
and he's tied up. He's like, crucified almost.
Fair enough, yeah.
Right? So we have Bloodlines. Fatal Attractions is a really cool saga, or if you will, or arc in the comics. From there, we can see where we go. I think that really opens up the door for Avengers v X-Men. And maybe they might get some inspiration of the 2009
Yeah, the 2010s.
2010 series of AVX, and we can get like Red Cyclops. Like that's a Cyclops I actually was like, yo,
I know for sure we're gonna get that solo story for Wolverine.
I think this is
no way,
gonna
bro.
be it.
Yeah.
Right?
We
'Cause
saw Omega and we saw the Silver Samurai already. That's all Wolverine.
Who do we know that can probably get him some adamantium? Silver Samurai,
Mm-hmm.
right? Maybe that's where he goes to get a separate code or something. But in that passage, right, he kind of faces off with his past and his demons or whatever. Who knows what's gonna happen right now? These are all thoughts and
Yeah,
speculations.
because Magneto eventually puts it back into him.
Pause.
You think
I think
Magneto
the word
does
choice could have been better.
And it is what it is.
it? You think Magneto does it though?
Well, that's what he did in
Nah.
the comics, no? Can't remember. Yeah, he does put it back.
It's probably gonna be Forge.
If anyone, it could be Forge. Yeah.
Forge just remakes the
Machine.
machine, yeah, and then puts them.
Well, it has to be new adamantium because the one he took out can't be melted again.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just ripped it off like it was liquid.
Well, it's
bro.
probably still liquid, yeah. So
no, but once
Well,
it cools off, it's
no,
done.
yeah, fair,
But
yeah,
but it's Magneto. He can change the property of it. It's
True.
just the-
Nerds and science all coming together.
fair enough.
yeah.
Yeah, but who knows, man?
I'm actually more excited for episode 10 to see what's going on with Bastion. On God, because like, I'm pretty sure Magneto is done. Like, homie got stabbed directly in the chest.
Yeah.
Again, go for the head. What are we doing? Do we not learn from Avengers the movie? Every time you go at a villain, stab him in the head.
Look, I think the only person that could probably
he
save
couldn't.
him,
He
I think
couldn't.
the only person that could probably save him right now is Rogue. By taking some of
Yeah,
that,
fair enough.
by taking some of his powers away, or like getting.
Or
some
yeah,
of-
like somehow he's gonna get calmed down. I think
Yeah.
I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna.
stop the blood.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think. Well, I mean,
Ooh, Rogue's gonna see him die. He's like, no, not another one.
Okay, here we go.
Nah,
You ready?
we're-
Rogue goes to
We're
Wolverine, healing factor, gets some of that power, transfers it to Magneto. Boom, saved a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Theory, quick.
yeah.
That's fine.
Just thoughts. I don't know.
Oh, he gets stabbed.
I'm
Again.
crazy. Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah. Who knows?
Or he's just fine. Like, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
maybe he didn't stab the
ow,
lung.
but like, you know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
son of a bitch.
yeah, and he just,
Damn it, Logan.
damn it.
Not gonna do that
Ow.
to me no more. That really hurt.
Did he heal himself with
Yeah,
Magneto?
Band-Aid. Yeah, New York's
I don't
Warren.
Where's our first aid kit on the Blackbird? Ah.
He definitely got a first aid kit up there somewhere.
They have to, bro.
I think that's oversee. I don't think he oversighted that one.
No, you don't think he got a first aid kit to
I don't think he
space,
had
bro?
the time.
Dun, 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 dun.
You got to DoorDash that one.
Bro, what if he just goes full crazy and just like we said last episode, he just squeezes Xavier's head since he has a helmet. Done.
For a minute, I thought that was what he was doing.
I thought so too, but I don't think he'll kill his
Shut
homeboy like
up.
that.
Yeah, I don't think
If anything, he'll probably like, let's say he does win and whatever, he'll probably keep them as like not slaves, but just as like, hey Xavier, you get to live here, but you can't enjoy it because you didn't want it, and he just has them like in a chamber as a prisoner.
he'd probably put him. I mean, Magneto, the kind of person that'll put him like, you know what I'm saying, like,
In Sweet at least.
or put him in like in the throne room, like, you know what I'm saying, so you can see me, you know what I'm saying, doing all,
just shut up.
yeah, and you just sitting over there, can't do nothing, can't.
He's gonna be
affect nobody.
he's gonna be a next Black Bolt, can't say nothing, but he just bro, that's funny. But yeah, I want to see what really happened with Cable and Jean.
Yeah.
Again, it's very dramatic. I love you. Why is she's always the last one looking? Get the anime scene that you always said last time. You're like, they're about to die, and just looks into the camera.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
My thing, if she brought
I don't know.
Cyclops to the second plane, why didn't the Cyclops just run after Cable and be like, hey, wake up?
You know what she needs, bro? She's technically a stepmom, so she needs the power of the chancla. That's really what she needs. You better stop right now.
Flip it up, catch it.
Telekinesis. But
That would be really funny if that was the thing that, like, she found like a sandal on the beach and then like flipped it at the little sinister thing and then hit it,
little
bro.
ruby diamond.
Oh my god, I would
Breaks
be
it with the
dead, bro. I would die.
And curves that sucker too. Curves it.
Use it. She throw it like a boomerang.
KO.
It goes past him and he turns around and smacks
Oh,
him in
yes.
the
Bro, messes up his other eye.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't like. I do you think that we get resolutions for all three villains in next episode? I don't think
Sinister,
so.
no, for sure. He's gonna.
I think Sinister's gonna get away.
Yeah,
Sinister's gonna get away because I really do feel he is.
The master.
I think he's a
He's the
slithery little
Orochimaru
guy.
in the show.
He's the Orochimaru. He's gonna get away and kind of like plot thickens. Bastion. I feel Bishop is gonna come back, and that's how we're gonna have something for Bastion.
I want a lightning bolt from hell from Storm. That kills
Yeah.
that man, bro.
Oh
I think that
yeah,
would be
because
so
Forge
sick.
technically did.
Oh, Forge.
Yeah.
What you mean?
How's he technically dead?
The thing blew up. The jet blew up.
No, it was crashing. He's fine.
Nah, he did.
I really hope not. Forge. I really like Forge,
For
bro.
this plan to
Especially this love interest that they got going on between them two. That's hard. I
For
like
this
that.
He
plan,
said-
for this plan to work,
The one that got me though is when they were standing on top of the building at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, yeah.
And the Storm in front, and he's standing right behind her with one leg on the thing, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's blue thing right there. She, you know, I could do something, but I'm gonna let her. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let her swag.
Whenever
out.
she's like, "Oh, thanks to Forge," she's doing her modest goddess thing, but deep down it's like,
Yeah,
I did that.
Number
Oh,
one.
what's up with your leg? Oh, I fixed that. You why? I thought it. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you thought that, why didn't you think of a better goddamn plan to get this going, bro?
Oh God.
But again, that's just us being.
He
goofy.
should have thought of something to redo the magnetism on Earth.
too much of a scale. Big scale.
That's true.
I don't know. Man,
Maybe.
that's a genius. Who knows? Will we get other characters? If we get like cameos or like help from other characters, bro. If they bring a Spider-Man to help him out,
No.
like it's too soon, but it will be dope, right?
Who do you think Morph's last transformation is gonna be?
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know.
Let me think.
But he's been pretty sporadic. There's no.
Because we did Juggernaut, the
Archangel,
Hulk, Archangel,
Psylocke,
Spiral.
Spiral,
Colossus.
Colossus.
Magic.
What?
Magic.
Magic.
Oh yeah, Magic. Yeah. Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Scarlet Witch. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's his limitation to that sorcery.
Yeah.
That's not mutant.
Oh, yeah.
But neither is Hulk.
Facts.
Yeah, but those powers are different from actual magic.
We don't know. Maybe he'll turn into Itachi. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool.
Why do you want this dream so bad?
I don't know. Two of my favorite series.
The
is
crow just flies. He's just like, ah!
Susano. Magneto. That shit on my face. With the necklace. No. Good question, man. What characters would I like to see him transform into?
What if that was the Bishop cameo? That'd be sick. And then we got
for
Bishop
real.
next hit him with the big gun.
Black Bolt, something human, something little.
Black Bolt.
I don't want
Maybe.
humans.
Yeah.
Because of the X-Men erasure that happened when Marvel purchased. We never forgot, all right? We don't fuck with them. Don't try to erase X-Men.
Oh, we do Cyclops' brother.
Oh.
Okay, we saw Havoc already.
That would be tough as fuck.
And episode 2, we saw episode 2, episode 3, we saw Vulcan.
Yeah.
Right, the third Summers brother
Yeah.
over there with the Shi'ar.
Actually, that's a great pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Havoc would be sick if he just got up and beat up the ass, baby.
I don't know, man.
I hate you.
What if he turns into like? Well, she's dead already. We saw her in Genosha Pixie.
What about the Banshee?
Banshee died also. I don't
I'm
think.
saying, but he can, you know.
I don't think he'll turn into people who are dead just out of respect. That'd be kind of weird.
He did Xavier the very second episode.
Walking.
Oh right, he walked in.
What
Yeah,
are you talking
I thought
about?
He was dead.
Respect
Yeah.
out of the window, bro.
Facts.
Be
I
Gambit.
digress.
That'd be sick.
Ooh.
Not in front of Rogue.
Nah, you gotta do it.
Psychologically, that's
Yeah.
how
No,
he gets
no,
Rogue.
just fuck
No, that's
Man,
no different team. This is
Oh
Bastion.
yeah, right. Because
okay.
it's Bastion team.
Yeah.
he just turns into his mama.
Ugh, that's nasty. I don't like that at all. He was crying when he held his mama early in the episode. We didn't talk about that, but
Well, it's been revealed through sources. He was crying not because he missed his mama, but because it was a sacrifice he had to do.
yeah.
He was like, "Dang it, you're not gonna see the perfect thing I'm about to build," which is kind of twisted.
Yeah.
You weren't worth it.
They weren't worth it, bro. I'm trying to think of what other characters. Maybe. Well, he did turn into Sabretooth to make Wolverine feel better that one time.
So villains are on
Toad.
the table. Pyro, that'd be cool.
Ooh, Pyro would be cool.
Well, Sunspot versus Pyro, we kind of already have
Toad.
that.
No.
Avalanche.
Oh, yeah.
Avalanche. Maybe he turns into Mystique. That would be pretty interesting.
What?
Can we
Why
get-
would he turn into Mystique?
I don't know.
You don't need that power.
He already has it. Maybe like a second cameo of Deadpool since it is coming up.
Oh yeah, Deadpool would be clean.
Yeah.
Well, but what can Deadpool do that would warrant the transformation? Yeah.
Just distraction,
Shoot that nigga in the
annoy people.
That would be hella funny though if that was the distraction that made
He-
Bastion lose.
and he breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah,
Make sure to
that's
see my movie. Blah 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 blah.
yeah, that'd be funny.
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
It's
Man.
Ryan Reynolds' voice. That'd be
Right?
hilarious.
I don't know, but there's so many
there's a lot of
characters
good
that
ones.
we could probably get out there. He did Archangel as well.
Mm.
I don't know. There's too many. We're kind of going off on a tangent at this point. Let us know in the comment section below who do you want Morph to transform into in the next and final episode of Season 1 X-Men 97, brought to you by Marvel and Disney Plus. Streaming tomorrow is what, the 15th?
Mm-hmm.
May 15th, 2024, in the year of our Lord.
That was extremely specific.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
You just gotta add.
I just hyped up, bro. I'm hyped. What can I say? But yeah, guys, let us know what you think. If you're still with us now, thank you for all your support. Don't forget to sign up for our X-Men 97 giveaway. All you got to do is share our video, subscribe, tag 3 friends who will love that poster, and there's more surprises to come with that. So please do your best, help us out. We really appreciate it. As always, in Nerds We Trust. I'm JR.
Brian.
Zap.
We out.
Peace.